it's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior Live. I'll be your host today. Please put in the chat where you're from and who you are. When we start reviewing the news articles, if you want to look at our Facebook page, just click here and you can follow the articles along as we go. See you in a moment. Tech for Senior Live. I'm Ron Brown. I'll be your host today. It is February the 16th, 2023, and we have a great show for you today. Our show today will be with you for about an hour, and we're going to talk about Windows 12. What the heck is Windows 12 about? And all the tech news of the week. And for that, we have an esteemed group on our panel today. We've assembled them from all over the world, from all corners of the world. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But first of all, you're probably wondering who the heck we are, but we'd like to know who the heck you are. We've been talking for the last hour in the pre-show warm-up, and so we're all good friends, but we have no idea who's out there listening. So if you're out there listening to us, if you'd put in maybe in the chat who you are, maybe what the weather is, any questions you have. And if you're new here, would really like to know how you found out about the show. We occasionally get some new people coming to the show. That's great. We will, of course, be here for the next hour. And then, of course, we have our Monday show. We're all actually from our big show on Monday, which we've been doing for the last, I can say it now, Huey, it's coming up 4 years. We're going into season
next month.
Yeah, season 4. We're going to be doing season 4 for which will be our 4th year. So wow, time flies. It's going so fast. So we have so we're all from the Monday show, and we have a good time there. But it's a Zoom meeting, and this is not a Zoom meeting. So if you are out there and you are looking to come to this meeting, if you're over on our Zoom link for the Monday show, we'll see you Monday. We're not there. So what you can do is you can come over to, let me just put it up here. We'll put the, where the heck are we here? We'll come up to our banners and we'll go. If you come over to our website, this is our website, www.techforsenior.com. There's a big button at the top, big red button that says take you to the show. Just click that and it'll take you either to, this is broadcast out on StreamYard, so either go to Facebook, you can watch it on Facebook, or you can watch it as a Zoom meeting. And while you're over there at www.techforsenior.com, if you want to get our newsletter, we have a newsletter that comes out twice a week. It's pretty cool. Got lots of interesting stuff in there. And it gives you the most important thing is it gives you the agenda for the Monday show and also for the Thursday show. So you can see what we're going to talk about before we even start. So while you're there, you might want to fill in that. And it's free. We don't even charge. How about that? Huey, I told you we should start charging for that. You
I know.
Give everything away for free.
Don't even start mentioning that. People are going to say it.
Yeah, everything we do is absolutely totally free. We do that, and we also have a huge library now. We have roughly around 20,000 people a month look at all our videos and YouTube YouTube videos that we've made over the years and all the things that we do. So we're really happy to do that for seniors, which of course was the original idea of the show.
And Bob has a lot of his own videos on his channel, and I have my videos on my channel.
I know, yeah.
CFCS has theirs, and Stub has theirs. So if you need some videos to watch,
we got lots of videos.
There's lots of it out there.
Lots of videos, sure. And so anyway, listen, we better get I want to introduce everybody in case you don't know, but we're all sitting here in little squares on the screen, and you might think we're all in a studio, but we're not. You know, I'm off the west coast of Vancouver. I'm on Vancouver Island off the west coast of Canada. It's a tiny little place out in the middle of the ocean there. And of course, Huey is way over in Florida. Like, can you hear me, Huey? I mean, it's a long way away, right? It's you're way over on the other side. So
where the weather is perfect.
Do you know what's going to make snow here in the next couple of days? It's turned real cold, and there's predicting in Vancouver and maybe even on the island some snow. Hey, how about that?
They told me at the bar I could find some ice. So,
so of course, Huey Popluck is the co-host with me on our Monday show, and we're good friends. We've been doing this for a very long time, so it is indeed an honor to see you again today. Although I just saw you a couple of days ago, right? We see each other almost every day. So indeed, and of course from Los Lunas, New Mexico. There, of course, back from his Hawaiian vacation. Bob is a prolific maker of videos, and he's going to be talking on our Monday show all about using ChatGPT with Bing. He's going to tell you how to do that, how it all works. So you do not want to miss this show coming up on Monday, right? Bob is going to bear all and tell us that, but I've seen the video, and it's a great video he did.
Thank you.
So, Bob, welcome to the show.
Thank you. And we are colder than Kathleen in New York is enjoying great weather, and I moved from New York to get away from cold weather. Only somehow it seemed to have followed me. We will, if we're lucky today, hit a high of 36. That's the high. This morning, it was at -1 with the wind chill factor. You're going to get snow. We had snow yesterday. Most of it is just about gone, but we did have snow yesterday. I can't wait for spring and summer to get here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you that it's 82 right now.
It. Will you stop it, Huey? Will you stop it? And then, of course, we have Bill James. Bill James, of course, is a regular on our Monday show, part of our Tech for Senior staff. Now, Bill's revelation right now, Bill, of course, is an expert in lots of things. He does a lot of technology talks. He does a lot of Windows talks. He has a regular series on Windows Tip. But Bill has turned a different color. He's got a Mac, and he's actually working on it today. And this is a Mac with the new M2 processor. So I guess you can, if you do know Windows, you can run a Mac. Is that right, Bill? I mean, I don't know.
That's true.
Is it really?
It really is. You'd be surprised.
So
similarities, except that you have these odd keys that says Control, Option, Command. And when I figure what those relates to Windows, I'll let you know. But I'm working on it.
You're working. Well, we talked earlier to Bill, and he's actually agreed to do a segment on our Monday show coming up. We haven't figured out which one yet, will be on, gee whiz, if you're a PC user, can you use a Mac? Well, I don't know. Well, you're going to tell us all about that, right?
I'll tell you all about it.
That's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, exactly. And the M2 processor, it's a hot off the press sort of processor.
They have two. They have the M2 Pro and they have an M2 Max.
Mm-hmm.
And these things are like 16 and 18 core.
Oh, really? Wow.
So they're really powerful. I mean, it's and the thing that's really unique about it, my other laptops gets rather warm on the bottom, and this one stays relatively cool.
With all those cores on it, probably is hardly working. It's hardly turning over.
Yeah, and it has great sound. I mean,
yeah.
The sound is just really fantastic.
Okay. Well, we look forward to that. Is there anyone out there listening, Huey?
Yeah, actually, there's a whole bunch of people.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
I bared my soul.
Yeah. Olive says like number 3. Okay, keep the likes going. We really appreciate that. Gerald Smith, 36 and cloudy. Yeah, a little cool in Seattle. Olive says like number 6 from Samsung TV. How many TVs have you got going? Dick Vogel from Sanford, Florida. JJ, 31 degrees in Waukegan, and just starting to snow. Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Interesting. Richard Clarkson from Monrovia, California, not Canada, 48 degrees. Built will go up to 65 later on and sunny. Haven't got win 11 yet. Well, we're going to talk about win 12. So, Richard, don't worry. Just skip 11 and get to 12, right? I mean, we're going to be talking about that today.
Oh, wow.
Ivana says, good morning, Argyle, Texas. Yesterday was 75 degrees. Today, 38, feeling like 20. Yeah, there's a cold Arctic wind blowing. We're going to send it south, I think. 43, Olive says 43 degrees from Willamette Valley or Oregon. How's that? Is that okay? Am I doing okay? Tom says snowy in Wisconsin. Richard, probably just skip 11 and go straight to 12 if I can. If not, it's a new laptop for me. Well, that's a lot of people going to ask that today. Dave Gerber, welcome. Stuart, Lake Worth, Florida. Ed Weiss, Central New Jersey, 64 degrees and cloudy. Has Ed been on? Has Ed been on before, or should we give him a big clap?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. Sorry, Ed, I just didn't recognize you. We'll give you a clap anyway for being here, okay? Bob Baxter, Bellevue, Washington, 40 degrees overcast, rain tonight, still snow in the shade. Well, I think we got some nasty stuff coming here. I think we're going to get a little more snow. Mike Ungerman, yes, Mike. So the other thing I got to tell you about Mike and Monday is Mike is doing his big series on EV vehicles on our Monday show. And of course, this Monday will be all about EV batteries. So you won't want to miss our show. It's going to be a dynamite show with Mike's segment and also Bob's. You will not want to miss Monday. Once again, charging my PHEV battery with solar energy, although 50% clouds today in Orlando, so my electric bill will make some money off. So my utility will make some money off me. Yeah, he's not going to get all of the charging on it, but he's still making some money. He's always got a smile on his face. It must be that continual money pouring in from his solar panels, right? Jim Glass, good day from Arcadia. Hi, Jim. Sally Ann from Kirkland, Washington. Monday snow is gone. Maybe there's some more coming. The
Mystic Ruler is Dave Gerber.
Oh, Dave Gerber. I will be in Vancouver in July.
Yeah, I think he's going on an Alaskan cruise.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, they're lots of fun to go on. Yeah, leave from Vancouver. 81 degrees in Florida. Oh, you Florida people, you're always just gloating over that. Clark Walker, currently 64 degrees, heading to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, and rain this afternoon. Trenton, New Jersey, expecting 29 degrees Fahrenheit. Yikes. Cool. Vale Williams, my old buddy from Mesa, Silver Ridge Resort. Vale and I spent 10 years fixing computers at the Computer Club. A Goldham, Colorado, 6 inches of new snow with 23 degrees Fahrenheit. I think I will go back to Mesa. yeah. Vale and I
cold.
We had
Mesa's cold.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think it's got snow. I don't think it's got snow. Yeah, Murray from Victoria, BC, cloudy and about 40 degrees. There we go.
I did a presentation for a club in Mesa yesterday, and all of them, when they were coming in to the hall, everyone had a coat on. So that's unusual. Well,
okay, so let's get on with it here. I got so what I wanted to do is I wanted to of course, there's a news article that came out this week, and it says Microsoft teases Windows 12 at CES 2023. During the AMD keynote at this week's Big Tech Show, a Microsoft exec hinted about an AI-powered version of Windows that would arrive later this decade. Well, there's more to talk about that. What do you guys think? There's some interesting development happening because the question is, when will Windows 12 be released? According to reports, the next major version of Windows is going to launch at some point in 2024. Bill, you are right. Roughly 3 years after Windows 11's debut. That's all we really have right now, and it might be a while before we have any more information. If past releases are any indication, Windows 12 should arrive in the fall or at least the second half of the year, but that's not set in stone. Microsoft has denied the reports that it's working on Windows 12, but considering we're still some time away from the launch, the company should simply be holding its cards. Well,
also remember, this is somebody else's guesstimate.
It is true. It is true. But wait till the plot thickens here. The plot's going to get real thick here. I got to run some more little news articles. Are you feeling sorry for Google yet? I mean, kick Google while it's down. I want to see some tears for Google here, because just listen now. Listen carefully here. Hold on. Well, it's coming. We'll have it a little bit later. Will Windows 12 be a free upgrade? What do you guys think? One big question you're likely to have is whether you'll have to pay to upgrade to Windows 12 if it releases. But thankfully, that's unlikely, right?
Yep.
Now, we have in our midst somebody who has what we call insider knowledge. And that would be someone who's in the insider program. And that, of course, is Bob. Bob, do you want to just tell everyone what the insider program is and how long you've been involved with the program?
Well, the insider program is for those of us who like to live on the edge.
Okay.
Well, you get to see the newest things first before anybody else, but you also get to experience the crashes before anyone else. So you always have to be prepared when you get a new update that it could wind up bricking your operating system. Hopefully you've got a way of going back. So that's one of the prerequisites. But you do get to see all the newest things that are coming down the pike. And again, that's not necessarily. Some things that we get to see in the preview versions don't actually make it to the final release. But most things do, and we just get to experience and play with them a bit before everybody else. So you get the goodies, but on the downside, if something goes wrong, you'll be the one who lets everybody else know at Microsoft, don't do this, because you don't want everybody to wind up with this bad experience.
Yeah. Have you heard anything about Windows 12, Bob, in your spheres that you're traveling around?
Yeah, rumors, just like
rumors,
what you
It's
pointed
all
out.
rumors.
Also, remember that originally Windows 10 was supposed to be the last window.
That's right. Yeah.
And then there were the rumors about Windows 11. Okay.
Right.
Those rumors came true. I mean, we're using Windows 11.
Well,
some of us are.
But
so,
yeah.
Will they be at Windows 12?
Well, it's interesting. Wait till we get to a few more of the articles I'm going to show you, because you're going to have tears to your eyes when you're going to feel so bad for Google, Will I be forced to upgrade? Did we do this one?
No, you didn't.
No. The most likely answer to this is no. Microsoft has significantly eased up on its push to get users to install new versions of Windows by force. Windows 11 is still an optional upgrade for Windows 10. Do you think this is going to get a little confusing, though, guys? You're going to have Windows 10, 11, and 12, and you get your choice of which one you want. Really?
I still know people that swear that they're never going to upgrade from Windows 7. So.
Wow,
except Windows 7 is no longer supported. Windows 10 is still supported, right?
Yeah, isn't that weird, eh?
Yep.
All right. And then, can my PC run Windows 12 after Windows 11 significantly raised the minimum system requirements compared to Windows 10? This is another great question to ponder. Will Windows 12 leave older PCs behind once again? And I guess we just don't know, right?
Well, there's also a talk about a Windows 11X, which lowers the restriction requirements so that you don't have to have that special chip for security, and you don't have to have a version 8 processor. Okay, I have one machine that actually runs Windows 11 Insider, but it doesn't have the requirements, yet it works like a charm. I don't know whether the next upgrade will say, sorry, you better go back to 10 because you can't use this, but it's now worked for months and months. So that possibility also exists.
So this was an article. Artificial intelligence on the desktop has been evolving slowly from Microsoft's old Clippy and Cortana efforts into something far more powerful. For instance, the company is working on OpenAI to bring what many think is the most powerful chatbot, ChatGPT, to Bing, right?
That's old news.
That's old news, but of course, and Bob's going to be talking all about that on Monday because it's here. You know, ChatGPT is now in integrated into Bing, of which is causing a lot of headache over at poor old Google. And this is and I mean, all of us, we're all on Bing. Like, when's the last time you guys ever even opened Bing? But now we're all using Bing, right?
Like, even worse is you can get that technology if you're using a Chrome browser.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that on Monday also.
Exactly. We'll talk all about that on Monday. So are we starting to feel sorry for Google yet? Well, just a minute now.
Unfortunately, too, Ron, is that Google's effort to do their chat box failed.
It did.
When they announced it on Tuesday, and it was a.
I know, and I know.
But that could have happened to Microsoft if, when they first debuted it, it would have done one of its bloopers, because it does make bloopers. Okay, right. I mean, let's be realistic. It is not perfect.
So this was Panos' comment suggests that Windows 12 will soon be an AI powerhouse with vastly improved verbal capabilities, advancing out of the tools like ChatGPT and changes to make you look and sound better on Zoom calls. I can imagine deep fake technology that makes you look younger, better, and more put together, even if you aren't. Well, I'm still hoping for 3D rendering. Cortana, it's more likely her avatar will be backed by stronger ChatGPT technology. So now we can see that maybe this Windows 12 is going to have all this AI involved in it. And, you know, maybe, you know, Bing only has 8% of the world market for browser technology, for search engine. I can see all of a sudden, you know, I can see Google sort of fading away with their 20-year-old menu that they've never changed for all those years and just bringing in all this money. Maybe maybe Microsoft will be moving back into where they were 20 years ago. You know, maybe things are going to turn around. We don't know that, eh?
It's all happening very fast.
It is.
So we'll have to see. I get a newsletter every day about AI and what's going on in that industry. And every day there's a real long list of sites to go look at.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be free. None of them are free. Some of them give you some free access to play around with it, but it's going to be expensive because it's using a lot of horsepower. It's using a lot, plus all of the programming that went into it.
Indeed it is.
So right now, your best bet is still the built-in version in Bing, because that is part of the search engine, right?
Yep.
Unless they take it out of there, and I don't think so. That's the one way you will have the free access to it. And so they're really, so everyone that's listening, understands, of course, you have Chat GPT, which is part of the open AI. But if you try to get on, sometimes it's hard to get on, it's busy and so on and so forth. So you can pay an extra $20 and get sort of the VIP Chat GPT, or you can get Bing, which is free, and then you have access to it. And it's you haven't any trouble getting on with it using Bing, Bob?
No.
Oh
Nope.
no.
Nope. But remember, right now that access is still limited.
Right.
You have to sign up for it and you have to get accepted. And it took a while to get accepted.
Right.
There are
And-
shortcuts to getting accepted, provided you're willing to make certain changes that Microsoft wants you to make. I wasn't willing to make that change.
It's going to be interesting over the next year or two. All these companies that are using that technology in their own way, they can set up their own servers and use things like OpenAI or portions of it in different ways, and they're all coming out and they all have subscriptions. And you've got to be careful, because if you subscribe to something today because it's really good, in 2 weeks it could be out of date, because it's changing so rapidly, and they're improving it dramatically as well. So it's going to be interesting, but it's going to be hard to figure out who the winners of the players who they're going to be. But with $10 billion backing by Microsoft, Open AI has probably got a good chance of making it.
Well, also, I think with Microsoft behind incorporated into Bing, and also looking at maybe now Windows 12 is going to have all this technology behind it. Whoa, this is getting now pretty exciting. I think this is are you guys tearful? Put in the chat if you're out there and you've got a tear in your eye for Google and you feel sorry for them. Let us know.
And a lot of our followers, a lot of our visitors don't like change, and this is a major change.
Yep.
It is.
Also, remember,
so-
AI isn't only chat. AI is artificial intelligence, applying it to make changes. And that could be in videos, in images. Okay. Chat is only one part of it. And the AI chat part is the fact that it makes it sound human. That's the major change.
Right. Because to be fair, I'm obviously in a good one that we all know about is Google Lens. Google Lens has been around for a while and it uses the big part of that is it's all AI, right? So I mean, it is, Google has been instigating, but it's the chat, the fact that you can chat to it, that makes it so unique, which is cool. Huey, before we get on with the news articles, is there any more? Are there?
Let me see where we left off here. Olive Cousin's been adding more likes, but going past that,
Vale is a turncoat. Vale used to be a Windows guy, and he was in the Insider program, and then he went to Apple. He completely went to Apple. Vale, you left. Apple is not going away. I'm enjoying my new 16 M2 Mac Pro, fast and cool. Is that the one you have, Bill?
Mine's 14.
You're 14. Okay. All right. Mike Ungerman, Compose AI extension for Chrome-based browsers gives limited free access and has premium plan if you run out of your monthly allotment of words. Never really liked Google. I knew he was going to say that. I know Dale really well. I knew he was going to say that. So anyway, that's a good one. All right. Let's, I guess we should get on with maybe looking at the news articles, eh? What do you think? Get on.
Yeah, it's just about on the half hour too. So
we better get doing some work here. People will not be happy. Let's have a look here. Share my screen.
Remember to refresh.
I will. I did.
Yeah, so Bob can be at the beginning.
Let's see. We will refresh it.
I'll do the same.
And let's have a look here and see. Well, Bob, you sneaky guy, you got in first. Hold on, let me see if I make this a bit bigger.
I make it bigger by going directly to the Facebook page.
That's what I'm doing too.
Right. Come down here. Yes. Let me just mention to everybody, if you want to watch the news articles right on off our Facebook feed where all the articles are, you can just go to that's our Facebook link, and you can just go there and just type in Tech for Senior, and you'll find our Facebook page, and you can read the article. The articles are all there, and in fact, we do post the articles daily. So if you want to keep up on tech articles, this is a good way to do it. Bob,
Yeah, and they also need to check out our Chromebook Facebook page as well.
Page. Yep.
Yeah, we're coming. I'll mention that a little bit later in the show. Bob, you sneaky guy, you got another video for us.
Yes. This one has to do with your desktop,
Mm-hmm.
and a way to have a nice, clean desktop with the image that you chose to be the picture on your desktop, and not have all of those icons cluttered all over, yet have an easy way, a one-click way, to still get to everything on your desktop. Just don't clutter it all up and cover that pretty picture.
All right. We will we'll look at that. You know, that just may be played on Monday as well. We haven't made the show up yet, but we might have Bob. You might do 2 videos on Monday. Looks like a good one.
Well, actually 3, right? I do the weekly security news roundup.
Yeah. Maybe we should just call it the Bob Gustisha Show.
Yeah. The rest of us just take time off. Yeah.
All right. Never mind. Let's get on with it. All right. This was in the news this morning, and I thought I just put on there I did a video about my Omni Fire TV and how it integrates into my Ring doorbell. This is a review of their QLED, which I think is their 75-inch TV, which is really got a very good review of it, and it integrates into the Amazon ecosystem. And I thought it was just interesting if you are considering. I guess we're past after the Super Bowl. I guess the week prior to the Super Bowl is when most of the TVs in the world are sold, and then everything else is just afterwards. Is I guess we're going into a not much of a TV buying time. This was an interesting one I read this morning. Elderly woman can't order online as restaurants insist on a credit card. And she was using Skip. She wanted to use Skip the Dishes. And for a variety of reasons, she does not want or can't have a credit card. And I just bring this up because I just did a video a couple of weeks ago about safe alternatives to credit cards. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll put the link in the well, I guess I can't put it in the chat. Nope. But it'll be it is there to safe alternatives, because there are people who can't have credit cards or don't have them, don't want them, and it is very limiting, particularly if you're a senior and you want to order some food.
Ron, I'm seeing something that says, here's how to cancel your Netflix subscription.
That's because you're not looking on the screen here. You're looking at the wrong screen.
That's farther down, Bob.
Yeah, I'm coming. Now, the other one is, well, I wanted to talk a little about the Galaxy S23, because, of course, this is the new phone that's just being released. A couple of things everyone needs to know about this. And I know everyone, we're all sitting here thinking, well, we just got a new phone. I'm not going to go and spend a whole bunch of money on another phone. A couple of things you need to know about the S23. In Southeast Asia, in Korea, where it was initially released, it sold out in their allocation, and in India, it sold out as well. This is going to be a really, really popular phone. The other thing is the worldwide pricing of this phone is preferentially treated in the United States. It's about $500 cheaper in the United States than it's going to be sold in the rest of the world. So it's an interesting one to watch. This is the pre-order sale now that you're going to be able to look, but this is going to be, I know all of us four we've already got new phones. We don't want to go and spend $2,000 on another phone, But this is going to be a really hot phone. It's sold out in both countries where it's being released already. So it's the new S23 with the 200 megapixel phone camera. What we'll be talking about next week on this show is, of course, Netflix. And of course, because I'm involved in this, Canada is the first country this is rolling out where you're limited to one IP address for sharing your passwords. And it's very interesting how you go about selecting and figuring all this out. And we'll talk more about that. But next week, we'll be talking, instead of we talked about Windows 12 this week, we're going to be talking about how you deal with the new Netflix changes. Well, here's where Microsoft's AI chatbot finds early success in Bing searches. And this was from Bloomberg. And of course, that's Satya Nadella. He's getting great press. I mean, whoever is running Microsoft's press articles is doing a really good job, rather than, I don't know who's doing Google's, but not so good. But anyway, interesting. The other interesting one was this. Bob, did you see this article? I don't know if you're going to talk about this maybe on your Monday Security News Update. This is scammers are targeting YouTube TV subscribers, and if you read the article, YouTube is one of the largest. Blah blah blah. Recently, some of our readers, and it goes on to talk about the normal. Your link to YouTube TV is tv.youtube.com, but if you mistype that, and type in V instead of youtube.com, you go to a very nasty environment. Okay, so it's very easy to transpose the V and the Y, and you can,
which is why you need protection that checks and prevents that kind of stuff from happening.
That's right, Bob. That's right. So it's very easy. And of course, people are, and the other thing is when you do decide to log in, it's important that maybe you have it preset on a favorites or a link that you've already got there. So you're not physically typing it in the browser, because everybody makes mistakes. And as you're going along, that's an easy transposition to make. And that puts you in some very dangerous water and not so good. So,
or install the YouTube TV app.
Good.
You can get the app from the Play Store.
Right. Right. That's important.
I'm a YouTube TV subscriber, so I better be careful.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to go to.
I am also.
Yeah. You don't want to go to. Huey, I'm not sure if this just didn't come through. Chat GPT may not be a bad thing for education. Did you put that one up?
Yeah, I did, and I'm surprised that it only showed a couple lines, but the article is interesting, especially people like me who were in education. But some places are. Like New York has banned the use of Chat GPT in the schools, but the article talks about there's ways of incorporating it into the syllabus and ways of teaching that it could be very good. One of the ways they suggested is use it if the students have to do an essay, do it to set up the outline and then create your own, or go back and reword because in your own words what they suggest. So if teachers go about it the right way and educators go about it the right way, it can be a good thing in education.
I agree.
Use Chat GPT as a way of stimulating your own mind.
Right.
Use it as an outline, and you then interact with it and change it so it becomes your creation with stimulus from Chat GPT.
Yeah, it should be treated as a tool.
Correct.
Like anything else that we use.
Yep.
Not
it helps me organize my thoughts. So if I have
Right.
a topic I want to talk about, I can say, it can help me, create an outline that, organizes my thoughts, and that's the way we want to go it. So I find it helpful that. Hugh, you also said the other one was scope. Here, this is about scope of work.
Yeah, well, that's just showing something there is a PDF. Microsoft Edge is going to change from their PDF viewer to with an agreement with Adobe to use the Adobe PDF reader as part of it. And if you want to pay for the subscription, you can then even edit the PDFs.
Okay.
So they're going to be working more closely with Adobe, where they used to fight like heck between them. Now they're
Best buddies.
figuring out ways to make money together.
Will this be like a Windows update that'll come in on, do you think, or what?
No, one of the Edge updates will wind up automatically putting this in.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Bill James.
Yes.
Google Fiber. I thought they went away.
No.
No?
Are you one of the 13 cities?
No, I'm in Canada. So,
And I'm so far out in the boonies, I don't think they'll ever get here.
so Bill, do you want to just briefly review maybe there's some
um,
people that don't know what Google Fiber is?
Well, it's one of the fiber optic solutions for internet connectivity that AT&T has, but Google also has one as well. And they launched it in 13 different cities as a test. One of those was Kansas City, which is the closest ones to me. But that's about all that I know.
Mm-hmm.
5 gigabits, which is 5 times as fast as the service that I have, and it's only going to be $125 or $129 a month for it.
So if you want to look at this article and find out if your city is actually on the list or it has Google Fiber, it may be something you might consider, eh, Bill?
Yes.
Yeah. In Florida, the only one I think is the Miami area.
Was Phoenix? I haven't looked at the list on here. Was Phoenix on the list? Do you guys know where?
I don't recall.
Okay. Bill James, T-Mobile, no more what's going on here?
Well, T-Mobile has officially ditched their 2G network.
They've already done away with the 3G.
3G. So now the 2G, I guess it was the last man standing. And so as of 2024, you can't get that. So everything is going to be 5G or greater.
4G.
4G
or greater, excuse me.
Right. So how many people do you know that still use 2G?
I don't.
I don't know a single person.
But I'm thinking,
I know a few people that have very, very old
cell phones. Exactly.
And then there are probably some commercial applications that it's using 2G. Like I have a cellular alarm system. My alarm is actually connected to a cell tower. And so they came out and changed it to 3G.
Right.
And so it was on 2, so it's 3. So I'm thinking that's probably where that application is being applied.
Hugh and I were talking about our CPAP machines earlier before the show, and they actually, I should check mine. They actually are connected through a 3G connection in the card of the machines to connect back to the mothership. I wonder if there'll be there's going to be some problems with that.
That's interesting. Yeah, and there's probably other
equipment
like that out there that's going
to
fall in that same category.
That's right.
I believe it's the commercial problem that's being used. It's using these lower bandwidths,
right?
Because it was cheaper.
Yeah.
They're going to have to upgrade.
Okay.
And they didn't have a reason, and they didn't need it any faster. It's sending data and it's not in a hurry to send it.
Just as we had the problem with the airports, if you remember.
That's right. Yeah.
Dewey covered that.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. Bill, anything on this article that we should know that we haven't talked about?
Most of the stuff you covered, but but this article does allude to a code name. It's called let's see, what was it? It was called Nakes Valley. It's a code name that which they're saying is probably will be the name of it, and a lot of the other things that you talked about that article covers about some of the new features. One of the things that they showed a sneak peek in one of their demos that they were doing for Teams, and it showed a floating toolbar. I'm sorry, a floating taskbar was one of the things that they talked about, and also a floating search bar. That was in the UI. So and the system icons, like the system tray and notification icons, are displayed on the top right corner of the screen over the desktop background. So there's going to be probably some tweaking to the interface, which
so will the start menu be on the left side, the right side, or the middle?
Well, it's probably it says the taskbar is going to be floating rather than
wherever you want. Okay.
Yeah, so you could probably move it.
And the search box will be at the top,
right,
of your screen.
In Windows 11, I've eliminated the search box because I saw no need for it, since I simply open up the start menu and start typing, and it automatically does the search. Why do I need a search box to take up more real estate?
Right. It's you can turn that off in the taskbar, because
select the start menu and start typing.
And
don't look for nothing, just start typing.
Yeah.
And it automatically opens a search box.
Okay, guys, a bit of trivia. What was the code name for Windows 95?
Jeez.
I don't know. Tell us.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when they released it at Comdex, which was the spring Comdex, which was in Atlanta, and they had the Chicago band, the band Chicago, play music on stage, and Bill Gates introduced Windows 95 there.
Oh.
And it was a great concert, by the way.
Yeah.
I was there. So.
All right, Huey, is there any more people want to talk to us? Is there anything?
Well, let me go back to StreamYard. I was over here
because we got to move on. With her.
Okay, let's see where I was here. I think I'll start here. I'm not sure if I missed.
I went on to stay caution back in Windows 7 times. I've been using Android phone and Chromebook. Windows and Mac are the past for a lot of users in the past. Windows and Mac. Yeah. Richard says, if I got an S23 Plus, it has a smaller screen, smaller battery, not much of an upgrade than my S21. Vale says, scammers always want to attack these databases that are very large, thus Microsoft, Netflix, YouTube, etc. Indeed. Stuart, S23 AT offering for free with trade-in. Well, there you go. Richard, S22 series phones allowed a lot more phones for trade-in. S23 series phones will not allow very recent phones for trade-in. I could use my A71 as a trade-in for S22, but not for S23.
Yeah, they make it difficult for us.
Well, and particularly the S23 is going to be such a hot phone. I just think anyway, but they're all anyway interesting. Who did this? Oh, this is Bob. iPhone features you probably aren't using. You're not going with an iPhone, are you?
Oh, not that I know of. But we do have a lot of people in the
We
audience
do. Yeah,
who
yeah.
use Apple products.
Good point.
So
good
if
point.
I find something interesting, I just put it up here.
There you go. Microsoft pushing you to set Bing as Edge as your defaults to get its new open-powered search engine faster. Anyway, yes, indeed. Google launches Privacy Sandbox for Android in beta. This was by Paul Thurrott, who I like very much. Bob, I've got Android 13. I just updated and got Android 13. I didn't. Where is this? Do you know where it is, or have you checked this out yet?
You're not using beta, are you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Is it only on beta 13?
It's on beta. It's
13.
on beta. Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay, so that will be it. So it's coming. This is interesting, which is a new way of protecting yourself against limiting your exposure
Correct.
for personal information for advertising, and it's very interesting.
Windows has a sandbox built in. You have to turn it on and do a couple of things to do it. I was looking at an article today about that, and I probably will do either a video on it or we'll talk about it at my WinSig.
This we should probably talk more about this when it becomes available out of beta then. So here's a tearful Google CEO Sundar Pichai tells staff to spend hours working out Bard AI kinks, and he doesn't look very happy in that picture.
If you lost that many millions, billions, would you be happy?
I know. Well, you guys are going to be crying by the end of this. I'm sure you'll feel a lot of sorrow for Google. Oh, did you see this? 44 terabytes for $1,500. Like, we could run the internet. Why don't we get together, you guys, and we'll set up our own? Oh my gosh. And so just to remind everybody, if Google Photos, I don't know if you saw this, Bill, if you had problems, but last week Google Photos had a problem with iOS. So if you had iOS, and they got it fixed, but if you had trouble getting your Google Photos pictures on your iPhone, then that's been fixed.
On Mondays, there's more reasons to update than just the bug, because there's also a security problem, and you need to update it, and that's with not just the phones but the Apple operating system itself.
Right.
And there are bugs that are actually being exploited. So
watch that. Don't watch this video because we're playing up Monday. I'm going to pass on that one. We talked about Bing with Chat GPT could be coming to Chrome. Oh, Bob's going to talk about that on Monday, right, Bob?
Yep.
Yeah.
When I looked at this, I said, "What do you?" Well, I have a comment on that post.
Oh, okay.
And it says it already works on Chrome.
Right.
Watch my video.
Exactly.
Well, wait for it for Monday,
we'll see
we will have it there.
So what do you mean the IRS isn't going to call you?
Well, yeah. Again, this has to do with tax season, and people still get fooled because they think it's the IRS calling them to tell them you owe back taxes, or you do this, or you need to do this. The IRS doesn't call you. If you get a call and it's from the IRS, hang up the phone. And then if you're not sure, well, go get the actual number for the IRS and call them.
Good stuff, Bob. Thank you. This was interesting. And I put this on here, Huey, because I wanted to remind people that about Chromebooks and about our learning Chromebooks, which we're having. And this is the link to our show. And this is going going to be next Thursday, and this is Learning Chromebooks. Huey and I have done this for 2 years. We do it once a month. You do need to register for that, and you can do that on our website, techforsenior.com. And this is our Facebook page where we post Chromebook articles. So we'll be having that. So this was interesting. This is the pluggable docking station, which
I think both of us have pluggable docking stations.
We do.
Yes.
Yeah. This was certified works with Chromebooks. So interesting. So we talked about. We're not going to spend a lot of time talking about that now, but I wanted to bring this up just to remind everybody that we do our Learning Chromebooks next week. And if you want to come and you're interested in Chromebooks, sign up. It's for free, right, Huey?
Absolutely.
Always free. Bob, Windows 10, 11 uninstalling. Try this trick.
A simpler way to uninstall apps from your Windows 10 or 11 computer.
Okay. All right. Good one. Bye Internet Explorer. I haven't used that for 20 years. Is it dead now, Bob?
Yeah, it's officially being removed.
We talked about that in the last 2 years. We've been discussing this forever.
Well, they've been telling you for a long, long time, don't use it. But like with most things, why do people still use Windows 7?
Yeah. All right, so it's gone. I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Now it's going to be totally removed, so you won't have to worry about it.
Okay. All right, good stuff. Let's come down here. This is, we're going to talk about this next week. This is how to set up your primary location for your Netflix account. If you are in Canada, you might want to watch that video now before next week because it's affecting you now, but we'll talk about that next week.
If you're a T-Mobile customer for your phone, Netflix is a perk that they give you free.
Yep.
And that's how I'm getting Netflix now.
Now this, I put this in partly for Mike Ungerman. He's probably seen this. This was a big kick in the butt for EV Rivian after Ford exits from its investment in Rivian, which was a $10 billion write-down. So we're going to be talking about EV batteries this Monday. Mike will be doing his very popular series we're doing it on EV vehicles. But this was a big kick in the pants. This was a big announcement this week.
I did see an article this morning that Ford has stopped the production of the F-10 pickup trucks because of battery issues, but they don't say what the issues are.
Oh,
but
really?
But they are selling the ones. Apparently, it's not something that's happened. It's something that they're concerned about, I guess. So they are still selling the ones that they have out on the lots and so on. But they've stopped the manufacturer.
Oh, interesting. Big
but if
changes.
there's a possibility of a problem, would you really buy the ones that are still there?
I don't know. Bob, I want to put this up here. I wanted your opinion on this. Of course, this was an article on Opera and ChatGPT. I haven't recommended Opera for a very long time now. It used to be a popular browser, but when China bought it, there was all sorts of security.
Yeah, well, I put a comment onto that post, and it simply says, in case you didn't know, Opera is owned by a Chinese consortium.
Mm-hmm.
Just thought you might want to know.
Right.
So it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to use a product that is owned by a Chinese consortium.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, it's your data that they're collecting.
Right.
I was in an article yesterday about AI, and I clicked on it, and it opened up Opera.
What? Really?
I don't. Yeah. So apparently they had it somehow in the link to automatically open up Opera if you have it. So I had it, and it opened it up.
That's sneaky. That is really sneaky. You know, if anyone does use Opera, maybe you put it in the chat. So you know, we just have it. I really don't know I don't know anyone that uses Opera anymore.
Opera does happen to be a nice browser, but
Yeah,
you know, it's with the caveat.
that's
So
right. Amazon CEO says Chat GPT is exciting, but Amazon has been working on similar technology for a long time. So maybe more to come on that, eh?
Yeah, and Amazon also is going in big for brick and mortar grocery stores. I was reading an article on that
Yeah.
this morning.
Yeah.
They're going to build a lot of grocery stores, not just the what is it? The one they bought the
vegetable place,
the food
health food. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what
but-
time it is?
It's
Yes.
coming up. I know it's 1 minute left. Just the last one, Samsung 23 breaks pre-order record sales, right? So I told you it's lots of things happening there. Olive says, good show today. Everyone should click on the like button. Thanks, Olive.
Yeah.
Lots of likes. We generally get lots of likes on the show. Yes, it's now. Where did the hour go, Bill? Whenever you come on the show, we just have so much fun, and we just
I enjoy
fly
it tremendously.
right?
Thank you
Yeah,
for
I know,
inviting me.
All right. So listen, I want to thank everyone for coming. Be sure we have a dynamite show on Monday. You've got to watch the show. We're gonna be doing lots of cool stuff. So be sure and come and watch the Monday show. We are going to be back next week, same time, same place here, talking about Netflix and all the changes occurring there. And then we have the following Monday. We have. Has anyone heard about a Raspberry Pi? Does anyone know what a Raspberry Pi is? We're going to be talking all about Raspberry Pis if you like cooking, right? I'm just kidding. It's a computer. So we're going to talk about that, and that'll be the following week. So we got lots of good stuff coming up. We'll see everybody maybe Monday. Don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter. Thanks, everyone, for coming. We will see you next week. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.